Hello everyone at the Inside Football Stories. How do you prepare for a World Cup when you've already completed football? When the trophies are won, the debates are settled, and the dream that defined your entire career has already been fulfilled. Lionel Messi lifted the World Cup, silenced every doubt, and closed the only chapter that was missing. And yet, here he is, still playing, still deciding matches, still being the reference point of an entire nation. This tournament isn't about redemption. It isn't about chasing history. It's about something far more complex. Legacy without pressure, greatness without fear, and purpose after fulfillment. Messi enters this World Cup with nothing to prove, which might make him more dangerous than ever. At 38, most players are memories. Lionel Messi is still a reference. While the football world waits for the inevitable decline, Messi keeps quietly rewriting the rules of longevity. His game no longer relies on speed or constant movement, but on timing, intelligence, and an unmatched reading of space. Touch after touch, decision after decision, he proves that greatness doesn't disappear. It adapts. Critics point to age, leagues, or context, but the influence remains undeniable. Matches still bend around him. Defenses still collapse toward him. Teammates still look for him in decisive moments. Messi didn't stay because he couldn't let go. He stayed because football never truly left him. The move to Inter Miami was widely labeled as the beginning of the end, a comfortable landing in a so-called retirement league. Instead, it became a reinvention. Freed from relentless pressing and constant recovery runs, Messi reshaped his game around control. He dictates tempo, chooses moments, and turns small pockets of space into decisive actions. The field feels smaller when he's involved. Rather than slowing him down, the MLS context amplified what always made him unique: vision, precision, and timing. This isn't Messi surviving football, it's Messi mastering it differently, proving that dominance doesn't depend on speed, but on understanding the game better than everyone else. If age were truly catching up to him, the numbers would show it. They don't. Over the last 2 seasons, Lionel Messi has delivered production that rivals, and often surpasses, players a decade younger. Goals in volume, assists at the top of the league, MVP recognition, and decisive actions in the biggest moments. His finishing remains clinical, his chance creation elite, and his influence constant. Statistics don't suggest nostalgia or reputation bias, they reveal efficiency. Messi isn't padding numbers in low-pressure games, he's deciding outcomes. When data strips away opinion and narrative, one conclusion remains unavoidable. Messi is still operating at an elite level regardless of age or environment. In Miami, Messi didn't just change clubs, he rebuilt an ecosystem. Surrounded by familiar faces like Sergio Busquets, Jordi Alba, and Luis Suarez, the chemistry that once defined Barcelona reappeared thousands of miles away. These connections allow Messi to play smarter, not harder. He doesn't need to sprint endlessly when teammates already understand his timing, his movements, and his intentions. One touch replaces 10 runs. One glance unlocks an entire defense. This familiarity conserves energy, maximizes efficiency, and keeps Messi decisive deep into matches. It's not nostalgia, it's optimization. By recreating trusted patterns, Messi dominates without burning himself out, proving that intelligence and chemistry can still overpower youth and intensity. Watch Messi closely and you'll notice something unusual. He often walks, not because he's tired, but because he's calculating. The modern Messi doesn't chase the game. He lets the game come to him. By positioning himself in the right zones, he creates gravity. Defenders hesitate, midfielders shift, passing lanes open. His influence is felt before he even touches the ball. When the moment arrives, one movement is enough. One pass, one turn, one finish. This version of Messi controls matches through anticipation and timing, not speed or volume. While others run to impose themselves, Messi thinks, waits, and decides. And in that quiet control, he remains the most dangerous player on the pitch. Over the past few years, Argentina has evolved. The team learned how to press, defend, and compete without relying on Messi for every single Action, tactical flexibility, intensity, and collective effort became defining traits. And yet when matches tighten and margins disappear, everything still gravitates back to him. Argentina national football team may no longer collapse in his absence, but it still reaches its highest level through his presence. Messi is no longer the system, but he remains the compass. He dictates tempo, chooses moments, and provides clarity when chaos takes over. Argentina can survive without him, but to truly believe, to truly dominate, they still look to Messi when it matters most. One of the greatest achievements of Lionel Scaloni has been freeing Messi without isolating the team. Rather than building Argentina entirely around him, Scaloni designed a system that absorbs pressure, adapts shape, and survives independently, while still amplifying Messi at the right moments. Midfield balance, collective pressing, and tactical flexibility allow Messi to conserve energy and appear where he is most. Decisive. When he drops deep, the team adjusts. When he stays high, others cover the work. This balance is the reason Argentina no longer collapses when Messi is quiet, and why it becomes lethal when he speaks. Scaloni didn't replace Messi. He protected him. And in doing so, he may have extended his influence into one more World Cup. This World Cup doesn't feel like a farewell tour, and it doesn't feel like a redemption arc either. For Messi, that chapter closed in 2022. What remains now is something far more subtle: legacy management. There is no desperation, no weight of unfinished business, no fear of failure. Every decision is calculated, every appearance measured. Messi approaches this tournament not as a man chasing history, but as one deciding how his story should be remembered. That freedom changes everything. Without pressure, he plays lighter. Without redemption to seek, he plays clearer. This isn't about one last dance, it's about choosing whether there is one more. Chapter worth writing. For the first time in his career, Lionel Messi enters a World Cup without fear. No expectations to fulfill, no legacy to chase, no weight dragging every touch. He already climbed the mountain. Now he chooses how to walk on it. That freedom creates a rare calm, and calm has always been Messi's most dangerous state. He plays with clarity, patience, and complete control over his own rhythm. Every pass feels intentional. Every movement feels measured. When a player of this intelligence is freed from pressure, the game slows down around him. And that is the paradox of this World Cup. Messi has nothing left to prove, which might make him more dangerous than ever. If this story gave you a deeper understanding of Messi and what this World Cup truly represents, leave a like. It helps the channel more than you imagine. Subscribe if you want more stories like this, where football is explained beyond the headlines, with context, emotion, and meaning. And don't stop here. The next video is already on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.